So one of the worst things you can experience when getting a bob cut is ending up with a reverse A-line cut. That is what I have right now. So when the haircut's weight shifts more towards the back of the haircut rather than the front. What you can find out if you have this is that even when you slant your head down, the haircut remains pretty straight when in reality it should lift up from the back. And vice versa, when I lift my head up, the back lowers down. In an ideal bob scenario, either the line is kept very straight, which is very Hailey Bieber, or else my preferred method, aligning the cut with the jaw. I'm going to be fixing my bob so that it is A-line towards the front. You can see what I mean even clearer over here. Right now, I'm angling my head down. However, the back really isn't lifting up that significantly. In fact, it is staying pretty much straight. When I look up, however, that is when I want to be the most flattering, with my bob cut most likely to complement my face shape, my jawline, my neck. There's a lot of weight that is collecting right around the bottom inch and a half of hair that really shouldn't be there. I know it's obviously very easy to diss your haircut, so I'm really looking to just correct it and even it out today. Now, if you do have it, it's really not as bad as I'm making it out to be. In fact, it is so not bad that I've been living with this disjointed A-line haircut for the better half of a year. Obviously, there are still benefits to having the back quite a bit longer than the front, for instance, pulling up your hair, which I've been absolutely loving doing. But if you really do want that very sleek, slanted bob effect, a shorter back does elongate that, does make it better. So we're gonna do that today. I'm starting out with just freshly washed hair since I do find it easiest to cut my own hair on wet hair. Now, if you're wondering how I'm about to cut my own bob on myself with relative degrees of success, I promise you it is doable and it is easier than you think. I will need, however, one crucial bit of kit: a mirror and tripod. This is gonna be non-negotiable. Great. The one other thing that I am going to mention is that I'm not going to be cutting the length whatsoever. Again, my goal today is literally just to take off this excess weight that we are very clearly witnessing at the back, but I really do like this longer bob moment. So I'm not going for a short bob that I traditionally do, and I'm genuinely just going to keep it long in the front, shorter in the back. To give you an idea of how my setup is, I currently have this mirror, which is going to be very much aiding me so that I'm able to look at what I'm seeing over here, which is my monitor. So from here, I'm able to see the back of my head, and that is how I'm going to be maneuvering the haircut. I also have this mirror right here, which is going to help just stabilize everything and give me a third perspective. But essentially, I am working with 1, 2, 3 mirrors that is going to really help me. I also have a variety of lights that is really going to be illuminating this entire setup, not for the video purposes, but so I can properly guide and position my scissors. The last thing that I would recommend is familiarizing yourself not with how just to hold the scissors, which is obviously very crucial, but maneuvering it in the back of the head. In fact, doing this movement a couple times is in fact going to be very good, especially because what you see on the mirror isn't going to match up with what you think needs to happen. It's a tiny bit of a mind fuckery situation. Because I really don't want to touch the length at the front, I'm going to be sectioning off the entire front portion of my hair from my crown to my ear. Clipped, sectioned, clipped. That's basically the I'm not cutting anything zone. Finally, I do have a bottle of water, spray bottle, that is just to keep it moist. It's going to help the scissors glide better. Now here's where the fun part really is going to start, because I'm going to do things a bit differently in this tutorial. I'm literally just going to cut off the section that I feel I do not want. And I like that. The reason I'm actually not going to be sectioning my hair to start with is because I really do want to just sculpt this on my head, and also because I'm not going to be changing the length at the front. So I really am just looking to cut off what I can see. Better! We can see that the new guideline is here, and we have to continue cutting all along that to continue the shape. I am definitely using the mirror, but I'm also very much just feeling where my guideline is and then just matching up the scissors to it. It looks so good! I'm literally already so happy with that. Let's check to see if we missed any bits. At this point, we really could. Just check here. We still have to link up the back with the front, but do you see the difference? Like, this is what I'm already looking at. Although I want to say this can still go shorter. Better. And this is what this side looks like. I feel like that was not enough. This is just the foundation that we are building that we can then perfect upon. Now we just want to make sure that all of the cuts line up. Does it look like they line up? I want to say this has just a bit more, but I'm really not fussing all that much. One of the things about cutting your own hair is that perfection isn't something that you are going to achieve. Personal skill and relative satisfaction, however, is something that we can achieve. I know one of the biggest fears about anyone cutting their own hair is what if it turns out wrong? And to that I say, make sure you're always just taking small, deliberate sections. Do not cut blindly. But also don't be afraid to experiment. Fundamentally, hair is just hair, and the likelihood is that even if you cut off a touch too much, you're either going to be able to wear a hairstyle for a while being whilst you grow out your hair, or else you just go to a stylist and get it fixed. In this case, however, because I know that this is currently a long bob, the worst thing that can happen is that I end up with a short bob. I am pretty happy with the length, and I'm keeping my head pretty slanted. The back is a touch higher than the front. Success! Though I can't see anything. Back higher than the front. Also success. So now I'm just going to go in and neaten up all of the cuts. Make sure they are straight. Make sure there's not too many jagged edges. For finishing up the front and calling it a day. Pretty straight to me. Okay, the only thing that I'm seeing is this side is longer than this side. Yeah, this side's definitely longer. Oh yeah. Boom! Works! Am I gonna fuss too much? No. Why? Because it's the back of my head, and also I don't care all that much because it's also a DIY haircut. Onwards and upwards, baby. Okay, I'm definitely seeing this side is longer already than this side. You can kind of see it here and a bit here. We're gonna fix it. I'm not usually one to wear my bob in a straight cut, and because I do love a slightly wispier layered cut towards the ends, I'm just going in at some point cutting there. It looks so good. Oh my god. Wait, this side's longer. Boom! I knew I saw something. Get out. Bye. I'm really not looking to affect change on the length at this point. I kind of just want to blend everything together, make sure there's nothing that's poking out, no random hairs that didn't get cut in the first round. There. Oh my god. Okay. It's not just me, right, that's seeing a discrepancy in length. Any better? Yes. We keep going. Length, check. Okay, this side's longer. Oopsies. Makes sense. I'm seeing it a bit more. Okay, we need to shorten a bit. Oh, it is looking so good. Now I just want to touch up the other side. Make sure there's nothing really poking through. Once you get into cutting your own hair, it really does become a really fun process that you actually end up looking forward to. Like the first few times, it's terrifying. That's 100% sure. But eventually, you'll stumble across a tactic or a system that works for you. And once you realize how fun it is to cut your own hair and how liberating it is, it'll be difficult for you to go back to a stylist. Not because stylists get it wrong or anything, but because it is a very uplifting feeling to be able to do something yourself. Cut your own hair, do your own nails, do your own projects. Like I know this isn't for everybody, but it might be for somebody. Length, check. Okay, is it just me or is this side longer? I need to shorten a bit. There we are. That works. Final section. You can see some random bits sticking out, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. I am pretty happy with this. Not going to lie. And now it is just time to link it up with the front bits, which we've kept longer. Even though I cut quite a bit from the back, as you could see, there's really not that much to cut from the front, specifically because the back was longer than the front. That is the new guideline. This is the old one. There's really not that much that I'm going to need to link up. pretty much it. That's it. Oh my god. I just have to do the other thing on the other side. Okay, this one has a bit more of an aggressive blend, but it's nothing we can't fix. Hair cutting is essentially just connect the dots. It's literally it. You're just connecting dots. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to fix an A-line bob on yourself. So much better. It's not even styled, and you can immediately see that shape that we were going for. Shorter in the back, longer in the front. In fact, we absolutely did not change the length in the front because I really do want to be able to even just pull it up. But now the back does not look like there's too much weight on it. It isn't bringing attention back to it. And if I want to go for that really gorgeous, chic, classy bob look, I now can. Let's just check it entirely. Here it is on the side. Back. Ooh, that looks gorgeous. Side again. Now I'm just going to go ahead and very quickly straighten it, finish up the look, and then show you what it looks like fully styled. The uneven bob fixed. This remains one of my absolute favorite haircuts. It is chic, sophisticated, but long enough that you can absolutely play around with so many different hairstyles, whether you want to keep it straight, trendily messy, or as even with a cute wave or curl. The length keeps it versatile, blunt cut keeps it thick, and the A-line nature of it keeps it flattering. If you have a bob and you're feeling that it does not look flattering on you, the likelihood is that the back might be a touch longer than it needs to be. A good way to find out is try to figure out whether the line at the edge of your haircut matches up with the slant of your jawline. I definitely love me an A-line bob. It definitely keeps everything looking thick and trendy. Should you wish to try it, I highly recommend you watch this tutorial along with my other ones just a few times just to understand the mechanisms and the maneuvers within them. However, I highly recommend you just go ahead and try. If it does not end up going well, a layered cut is still super chic and trendy. All my previous tutorials are going to be linked down below, as well as my favorite Amazon cutting scissors that I've been using for years. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, join the Stella fam. Let's learn a thing or two together, and I'm so excited for you to start your DIY journey. Check out my other playlist to see how I cut every other type of haircut, and check out stellarihair.com if you want to buy any of the wigs that I produce or you want to start your hair care journey. Also, who else is still absolutely obsessed with this color?